Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh to our beloved lecturer and fellow friends. Today we are going to present about Volkswagen case analysis. This is our group 6 members consists of Atif Hamim, Nurul Tahirah Filza binti Daud, Nurul Nadirah binti Mohammad, and Siti Zuhaira Nasrin binti Mohammad Nasri. This is presentation's outline consists of introductions, case protagonists, mega trends, symptoms, major issue, alternative decision criteria, SOR analysis, pastel analysis, decisions, and the last one, recommendations.
First is the case summary. This Volkswagen emission case, or known as Dieselgate, happened on September 2015 when the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency initiated that Volkswagen had violated the Clean Air Act as their vehicle was equipped with the defeat device, which is the software-driven turbocharged direct injection, which was proposed to cheat during the emission test. It started in early 2014, where International Council on Clean Transportation conducted a test on 15 vehicles from 3 sources to study on emission discrepancy between European and US model of vehicle. It is because US emission regulation was more stricter than the European. The diesel model in Volkswagen to be tested are Passat, Jetta, and BMW S5. These tests will conducted by West Virginia University and California Air Resources Board by using two different tests. West Virginia University will test under real driving conditions by using Japanese onboard emission testing system, and California Air Resources Board will perform in the lab. When West Virginia University conducted the test, they found additional emission on two of the models, which is Passat and Jetta, while BMW S5 passed the test. However, the diesel car tested by the California Air Resources Board passed all the emission tests. After the test was conducted, EPA and CARB notified Volkswagen about the result and opened the investigation, but they denied any wrongdoing. However, due to software failure for emission issue, Volkswagen recalled approximately 500,000 vehicles in the US in order to fix the issue. After that, EPA and CARB conducted another test and found little improvement on this model without Volkswagen admit their wrongdoing. Volkswagen does not fully acknowledge their fault until after it has been confirmed with the evidence of the defeat device and treated by EPA to withhold the approval for its line of 2016 TDI vehicle unless they comply with the emission standard. So, Volkswagen admit the car were intentionally designed to provide inaccurate emission test results because this diesel model could not pass US emission test without them, which is without the software-driven TDI. It claimed that the top management aware about the software that being used to manipulate, and as the result, they are suspended. This top management hold the position as the head of brand development, head of the research and development, and research of development chief of Volkswagen.
And now I am talking about the case protagonist. In this case, the decision maker is the CEO Matthias Müller. He was appointed as CEO on October 1st, 2015. Before becoming CEO, he worked for Volkswagen for almost 40 years and was also the president of Porsche. He brought and achieved many successes in Porsche. He is not involved in this diesel scandal as he was working for Porsche at that time. Now I'll talk about the megatrends. There are two megatrends that we found out. The first one is advancement technology and the second one is environmental pollution. For the first megatrend, Not only Volkswagen but also the other companies are using technologies in their product to make it more secure, safe and reliable. Volkswagen can use more advanced hardware and software to improve engine in their cars. Second one is environmental pollution. With bad engines and without an emission control system, Volkswagen cars release more toxic in the air and pollute it. It only not pollutes the air but also causes many problems to the human body, such as cancer, asthma, headache, and more.
The symptom of Volkswagen consists of Dieselgate scandal, ethical behavior, emissions problem, inflation rate, financial concerns, fuel price, interest rate, global competition, technology, political influence, supply chain strength, unions influence, legal battle, criticisms, and the last one is sales drop. Okay, let's proceed to the major issue of Volkswagen. Volkswagen is struggling to maintain their ethical behavior within the organizations in order to regain the trust of the Volkswagen Group dealerships and customers. It occurs as a result of the Dieselgate scandal. Volkswagen intentionally installed emission software that could not be defeated in order to evade emission testing. This is due to Volkswagen's inability to find a technical solutions within the time and budget constraints to big diesel engines that meet United States emission standard. A trusting relationship between management and employees will aid in the promotions of ethical behavior. It is critical to ensure that employees can act ethically. Ethical behavior can assist the organizations in maintaining its reputations for professional values.
After recognizing the major issue, we would suggest two alternatives that are suitable for the protagonist in order to overcome the major issue faced by Volkswagen. The first alternative is Volkswagen should maintain its status quo because the existing organizational structure is still okay for Volkswagen to maintain. This is because Volkswagen already proved that the existing organizational structure was taken responsibility for their wrongdoing that resulted to the Dieselgate scandal. In this case also, it stated that the current CEO put efforts to overcome the obstacles as he is responsible for re-establish Volkswagen reputation for environmental friendliness and gaining back the trust from its stakeholders. Besides, they also had come up with some initiative to improve the relationship with its stakeholders, for example, by giving goodwill package to the affected customers and reimbursement to the affected dealers. The second alternative is Volkswagen should revamp the business organizational structure in order to gain back the trust from its stakeholders. The revamping of business organizational structure is needed to assign trustworthy leaders for all positions, which can lead the organization to perform better by following code of conduct that Volkswagen already set out. These are several decision criteria that the protagonist should consider before deciding the best alternative. The first criteria is the code of conduct, which is the most frequent policy within a company. This policy outlines the company's belief, standard, moral and ethical for employees or third parties when interacting with the company. If criminal activity occurs, a code of conduct is an important aspect of compliance efforts because it offers documentation that our employees or third parties has violated company's policy. In this case also, it mentioned that Volkswagen already set up its code of conduct that everyone in the company should comply in order to achieve the goals for being number one among the world automobile manufacturer. The second criteria is environmental law, which is significant to the protagonist since the Volkswagen Dieselgate was against environmental law such as Clean Air Act, in which some of its vehicles were causing an emission problem. Therefore, Volkswagen need to comply the standard of air pollutant that have been set up in the Clean Air Act in order to reduce carbon emission.
So now I'm going to talk about SWOT analysis. SWOT stands for strengths, opportunities, aspirations, and result. First, I'll talk about strengths. One of the advantages of Volkswagen is that it has deep pockets, due to which it has been able to expand very fast. Another factor is that it has a lot of pull because it is one of the oldest car manufacturers in the world and has well established against the brands like Honda, Hyundai, Toyota, Mercedes, and more. Volkswagen revenue is much more spread across different brands, type of products, and geographic areas than its rivals' revenues. The company's wide brand portfolio allows it to target different customer segments and satisfy their diverse needs better. It has a strong research and development section which thoroughly works on new public demand, designs, and technological invention of the cars. They have been allocating bigger funds every year. The research and development costs were up by 3.8% year to year. In the year 2015, the R&D cost went up to 11.9 billion euro. It also suggests that Volkswagen will increase the allocation of funds to its research and development department more. As a result, the R&D department will grow stronger day by day. It owns 15 brands, including famous brands Bugatti, Audi, Lamborghini, Porsche, and Volkswagen. Other brands are Neoplan, Bentley, Seat, Skoda, MAN, Scania, Volkswagen Marine, and Volkswagen Commercial Vehicles. With such a variety of vehicles, it builds a strong brand. Next one is opportunity. Sustainability also provides a major opportunity for the Volkswagen brand. Apart from sustainable vehicles and sustainable supply chain, sustainable innovation offers major opportunities for research and investment. Globally, more and more people are interested in sustainable vehicles and sustainable technology. Their sales are growing up and it has created new opportunities for the automotive brands. Partnerships have helped Volkswagen grow in China. It has struck a similar important partnership in US with Navistar. Similar more partnership across the world and in the Asia Pacific regions can help the brand grow faster. Moreover, a large business is often fraught and with management issues. While Volkswagen has set ambitious plans for restructuring and reorganizing its business since the diesel scandal, the sooner it does it, the better it will be for the business health. Because the brand has taken a huge hit in the emission scandal, it is very important that it comes back equally strong and engineers some really good and fuel efficient products. Currently, nearly 33 companies are working on autonomous vehicles. Few of them, including Google, Ford, and Tesla, are testing their autonomous vehicles on the roads, and none of them are selling these cars to the general public. The third one is aspiration. The first one is to gain back trust of the stakeholders that affected on scandals and sustain in business. The second aspiration is by using technology need to change the vehicle's engine to reduce the emission below the normal level. So at the end, the result will come out that to improve the quality of vehicles that follows the setup of government policy and customer demand. Because we all know that with the emission scandal, Volkswagen already break all their government rules and policy. For that reason, they got a huge hit in their market and also their businesses. So in this reason, the people and the customers lose their trust to that brand. So if so, to regain the trust of the customers, they need to improve their quality and vehicles.
Now, let's move to the pastel analysis. The first factor is political factors. One of the political influences is government regulation. In most economies, government policy of the global automotive industry is become demanding. The majority of the regulations concern safety features, emissions, pollution control, and fuel economy. For example, 8 states in the United States have passed regulations requiring that approximately 50% of all new cars sold be zero-emissions vehicles by 2045. Other than that, governments are also looking for ways to reduce their reliance on foreign sources of fuels and energy, such as adopting a stricter fuels economic standard for new manufactured vehicles. For instance, the International Energy Agency (IEA) launched the Electric Vehicles Initiative (EVI) in 2010. EVI is a multi-government policy forum dedicated to hastening the introductions and adoptions of electric vehicles around the world. Next factor is economic factor. Supply chain strengths have become one of the most important economic factors. For both supplier and customer, significant changes have occurred in the automotive supply chain. It have emerged as a result of overseas expansions, which contribute to an increase in contributions and power of automotive suppliers. The purchasing process has changed for customers. It is because the car salesperson is becoming less relevant as the internet and the ability to shop online become more accessible. Another factor is global fuel prices have a significant impact on the automotive industry, especially car manufacturer. Lower fuel price will assist Volkswagen in increasing customer demands. It will help the company sales by lowering costs and making personal transportations more affordable as the economy grows. This is due to the fact that vehicles and fuel are regarded as complementary goods in the automotive industries. To the next factor, which is social factors. One of the social factors is customer perceptions toward Volkswagen brands after the scandal happened. Customer perceptions referring to the customer belief on what's product or services to be. It can be derived from the use experience and reputations of the customer. Positive customer perceptions indicate that the customer is more likely to choose the company over a competitors. Next, Volkswagen have also implemented code of conduct within the company in order to encourage ethical and responsible behavior of their employees. It serves as the foundations of all company decisions and provide guidelines for ethical behavior in a workplace. It will assist a company in stating its rules and regulations. It also provides a clear outlines of expected behavior of the employees and information about the consequences if they act unethically. Now proceed to the technological factor. The automotive industry is heavily reliant on technology. Volkswagen should consider this technological factor before making a decisions in order to have a better options. Automations and technological advancements have significantly altered production's capability. In a product designs, computer technology is used to help the company with the materials, emissions, fuel efficiency, product quality, and safety of the products. Technology also have enabled significant advancement in safety features such as airbag, cruise control, anti-lock brakes, and other consumer-requested automotive functions. Significant advancements in technology are resulting in improving vehicle performance. In addition, Volkswagen has implemented clean diesel technology to reduce vehicle carbon emissions. Clean diesel proven energy efficiency and ability to use renewable fuels as a key technology for cleaner air and lower greenhouse gas emissions. It is important, especially for human health and environment, to reduce the exposure of diesel exhaust from diesel engine. Continue to the next point, which is environmental factor. In terms of the environment factor, Volkswagen have received a notice from the United States Environmental Protection Agency (EPA) regarding the Volkswagen clean diesel vehicle, which were found to be in violations of the Clean Air Act. It occurred as a result of the vehicle's emissions control system that have outperformed the US emission standard. Furthermore, Volkswagen also promote green environment. Volkswagen aspired to be a transparent and successful business by implementing effective controlling management systems that address the environmental impact to the company. There are intent to cut production-related environmental externalities such as carbon and energy by 45% per vehicles. They also hope to be a carbon neutral company by 2050 and reduce gas emissions of the vehicles by 30%. Okay, the last factor is legal. The importance of government rules and regulations in the automotive industry cannot be overstated. Government regulations have a direct impact on the appearance of vehicles, the designs of their components, the safety features, and the overall performance of the vehicles. Safety regulation is one of the most important factors in manufacturing company. Driving a vehicle is considered dangerous. Governments all over the world must impose strict safety regulations on the automotive industry. They must provide specific guidelines in order to ensure passenger safety. Additionally, Volkswagen also established rules and regulations to protect human rights within the organizations. The Declaration of Human Rights of Volkswagen was adopted by United Nations and the European Conventions. Human rights are the fundamental rights and liberties that every person in this world is entitled to. Volkswagen works to maintain good working conditions to their employees. Serious violations of human rights such as child and forced labor are intolerable. Volkswagen also promotes the equality of opportunity and treatments to their employees.
After considering the alternative and analysis, we believe that revamping the business organizational structure is the best alternative that the protagonist should implement. This is because the whole organizational structure needs to be changed in order to gain back trust of its stakeholders, as this scandal was happened due to the unethical of Volkswagen internal employees. Therefore, it is needed for the Volkswagen to revamp its organizational structure in order to get rid of its flaws and present new fresh faces of Volkswagen. The new structure needs to assign the most trustworthy and great leader for all positions in order to lead the organization to perform their work with full integrity and honesty. This will help Volkswagen to follow its codes of conduct in order to achieve the company's goal. For example, the head of engineer need to be replaced with someone that has deep knowledge on the software so that he cannot simply cheat the software but design the software until meet the stringent requirement that's set out by the EPA. As a result, the carbon release will not violate the Clean Air Act. The new organizational structure can implement the new practices such as to always be transparent to its stakeholders. For example, it is compulsory for them to update into the website regarding all their activities, annual report, practices, and many more. This new practice will help Volkswagen to restore its credibility, company's reputation, and enhance the trust of its stakeholders because the stakeholders will feel no doubt anymore since Volkswagen is now being transparent to its stakeholders.
For the recommendation, we suggest 3 plans for Volkswagen to implement in order to solve the major issue, which is to solve the unethical behavior within the organization. For the immediate plan that have to be solved within 1 month, which is improve rules and regulation in the company policy. It also mentioned in the Code of Conduct the consequence to who commit the act will be dependent on the seriousness of the violation, from action under labor law to claim under civil law, and may be expanded to the penalty under criminal law. However, in this case, we can see that some of the employees do not implement and ignore the Code of Conduct, as some of them acknowledge and aware of about the issue about the defeat device before EPA notified them. So our recommendation for Volkswagen is to improve their Code of Conduct or make separate policy such as who commit the violation have to pay some amount of money in order to cover the cost of fine and penalty that company have to occur because of his action. The higher ranking also can ask the employee they trust or employ an outsider to be a spy to other employee that seem suspicious. By this way, at least they have some evidence to take the case to the court. It it includes as immediate plan because ethical issue is a critical issue within a company, as it might affect the image of the company and lose their loyal customer. The second recommendation is improve goodwill package under short or medium plan because it has to be complied within 1 year or more. The current package that consists of gift card, credit for service or product, and a 3-year extension of roadside assistance. The gift card is a prepaid visa that have $500 that the owner of vehicle can use anywhere that accept the visa card. While the credit for service or product they consist of $500 can be used at the dealership of the Volkswagen only, but the owner have to apply by themselves. In order to use the card. This might be a burden to older owner as they do not familiar with the technology. So our recommendation is the package should be applied to anyone automatically as they have the record of their customer and email them immediately. And the gift card should be a choice for the customer. Either they want to have a Visa card and the card for service, or they consist of $500 each, or they can have $1,000 for Visa card only, and $100 for the $100 for the service. So they can make their own choice for their package as they want. The last recommendation is impose price floor on the website. Volkswagen can improvise its operation such as in buying and selling process because the process nowadays is affected due to the educated customer, especially younger customer, as they are exposed to the advancements of technology and they can Google everything about the information on the vehicle they want to buy. So, the Volkswagen can solve this problem in order to give benefit for both dealership and customer. To overcome this issue, a possible initiative is for Volkswagen to impose the standardized price policy for all vehicles based on their brand and type of website, usually the gross price before adding another cost. Then, it is up to the dealership to charge the other amount of the other costs on the website, which is reasonable to the customer. Hence, this improvement could result in a win-win situation for both dealership and customer, as dealership could offer their ideal price while customer could find their ideal car through the website.
Okay, that's all from us. Thank you.